Hello, my loves. Welcome to this Taurus new moon video for those who have Capricorn risings and or 28 degrees, 26 minutes of Taurus shows up in their fifth house. Welcome in. If you haven't already watched the introduction to this reading, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description and the one popping up on YouTube. This will give you a little bit more information about this cycle and what it is that we're going to be doing in these readings. So if you find yourself lost, definitely go back and watch the introduction. The fifth house is where this new moon in Taurus is happening for you. So this is what area of your life, which is represented by the houses, what area of your life is being affected by this new moon. So the fifth house is the house of creativity, ruled by the fifth sign of the zodiac, which is Leo. This deals with pleasure, hobbies, fun, games, and first child. So this is where in your life you're experiencing this new moon energy, where this new moon energy is inviting you to focus, to highlight, and to be aware of. This is where you're experiencing a new beginning within the Taurus energy and vibration with this new moon cycle. So we're going to have two different parts of this reading. The first part is going to be for you to access the wise instinctive knowing that exists within yourself. I'm going to tell you how to read the cards, and then I'm going to allow you to interpret how they apply and what they are telling you about the area of your life that deals with creativity, that deals with all these themes that we've discussed. Then we'll bring in the information and guidance that came through with the new moon in Aries readings and the solar eclipse. And we're going to be focusing on how to bring that guidance and advice into the fifth house. So I will offer my interpretation there. And of course, we are going to be relating it to the human condition content that we've been working on with these moon phases. So let's talk about how to read the karma cards, which are cards that are more so than any other cards that I work with, very much about engaging you in your own listening and your own understanding. That's why I recommend having a journal on hand so that you can write down, put into physical form the information, the guidance, the advice that you're getting in your body, in your mind, through your thoughts, through your feelings, in response to the guidance that's coming through with these cards. So we have here the first two of three cards that are going to form a sentence. You read the sentence across the top. There's a spiritual sentence, there's a mental sentence, and there's a physical sentence. One or more of these sentences are going to resonate with you. I recommend pausing and writing down what comes through for you for any of these sentences that resonate. So here's how it will go. You're going to read the top. Defend your beliefs, and we'll finish the sentence with the fifth house card. Accept the costs of, and let your feelings tell you how to use the most direct way, and ... You'll see that I pulled the moon card from this deck and the Taurus card from this deck, because this deck has planets, signs, and houses, and you use one card from each of those categories to get your advice. I pulled these specifically to orient them to this moon in Taurus and in this house for you, okay? So if you haven't already, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and open your heart to receive this guidance, to tap into your own instinctual knowing, to get a deeper relationship with this intuitive, instinctual part of you that's always communicating to you through readers, through signs, through anything that happens in your life. You can do that now. You can call in your spiritual support team if that feels good to call them in. I just ask that they be aligned with unconditional love and your highest good and the highest good of all. Pause if you need more time to set the container for you to receive these messages, and pause if you need to go get your journal. Here is the complete sentences for the Taurus, for the moon in Taurus in the fifth house. The first sentence reads, defend your beliefs with the trust of a child. Pause, journal about what that means for you. What is that invoking in you? What is that bringing up for you? Take some time. Come back to me when you're ready. That's the spiritual message, by the way. Your mental message is accept the costs of fun, romance, and making art. Again, pause, journal. What is this bringing up for you? What does it mean? Connect with it. And lastly, the physical message. Let your feelings tell you how to use the most direct way and do it dramatically. Pause. Journal. What does that mean for you? What is that evoking and invoking within you? Again, I'm not offering any interpretation here. This is a message for you. I'm leaving myself out of it. That's what the Taurus new moon wanted. So take your time with this. Please journal with this before you move on to this next part. Okay. So here is the card that we've been working with for you and relating it to the human condition content. Past life issue. The card says, the situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. This is such a unique card to apply to the human condition content. What I'm really getting here is that there's a new beginning being offered to you in your creativity as you allow the human condition, understanding the human condition, to free you of any karma from your past experiences. This could mean early in your life. It could mean a life that you've lived before, or many lives that you've lived before. So in relation to your creativity, perhaps, or in relation to your expression and having fun and letting yourself be dramatic, it could be that in a past life you were punished for these kinds of expressions. And so this area of your life is really blocked, really underemphasized in your life because of this past karma. But remember, with the understanding of the human condition, everything that happened in the past is explained. All of the bad, all of the trauma, all of the terrible things that we've done to each other as a species, and terrible things we've done to the earth and the land, all of that is kind of understandable under the context of the developing intellect and the need, the quest for knowledge. And now that the knowledge has been found, now it's time to let go of the past. Now it's time to move beyond what happened before, the pain of that, the heaviness of that, and to move into this fun, creative expression, dramatic. And dramatic just means big and bold, and like you think of the lion energy, or if you know about the Leo archetype, the Leo energy, because that's the house that we're in here. It's so amazing to consider this freedom from the past and this invitation to engage in your creative world in a completely new way now that we have this understanding, now that we have this knowledge, now that we can set down the burdens of maybe what we've done in the past, or maybe what's been done to us in the past. And now it's time to just be creative, to have fun, to engage in the kinds of things that light a fire in your heart and move you forward in a way that feels light and fun and joyous and harmonious. And I would say that there's also an added invitation here for you to utilize this understanding of the human condition content, the freedom content provided by Jeremy Griffith, use this information, be creative with this information, have fun with how you're sharing this information, maybe create a game related to this information, okay? This is different ways that we can interpret this alignment here, okay? So not only are you being invited into your creative expression, but if we relate it back to the human condition content, you're being invited into being creative with sharing this information. That's one thing that I have been exploring, even though this hasn't hit my 5th house yet. But I've been really feeling the excitement, the invitation to use my own creativity to share this information. Because once you understand what Jeremy has discovered and the huge impact that it has on our species, you want to share it. I mean, that's the next thing to do. Even as you're still understanding it, they say the best way to learn is to teach or to share. So what I've been doing is I've been creating memes and I've been sharing it in my streams with you guys. And I have a couple games that are in the works for how to get this information to more people in different ways. Because it's just so vital to the direction that our species is choosing to go at this time. It's a huge choice point for humanity, and this information is critical. We need to have all the information in order to make a decision that's informed. And so I'm using my creativity to inform people, and I'm having fun with it, and I'm coming up with games and engaging ways to offer this content. So there's that invitation for you as well. And that, my friends, is all I have to offer you for this new moon in Taurus. Let me know how this resonates. Let me know if you have questions. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors that universal light within you. Namaste.